and we have kind of a surprise situation come up. There is a live murder trial going on, so let's go ahead and dip into that real quick. And we're here listening to the defense.
People for negligence. They did 9 rounds of life-saving measures. They did more than they would do for me. They tried so hard because this is a COVID. They never got a heart response. It appears that she may have been dead when they got there. She may have been dead when Kevin woke up. When Kevin was first trying to find out if she was breathing, it was very dark to find out that the lights were working in the bedroom. It had like one of these weird remotes. It's a fan light that didn't work for some reason. And so he couldn't see, he couldn't watch the chest rise. He thought she was breathing at first, and she appeared not to be breathing. So after all these efforts, at 5:11 a.m. on January 2024, Marcelo rests in silence. The house is filled with paramedics, firefighters, police come, it's routine, and unexpected death of police come. So they come, they check it. It is the Washington Police, and council is absolutely right. They had to send it off to a different one, just to avoid the appearance of impropriety. Just didn't want to look like they're treating one better than others. So that's what they do. The medical examiner comes and takes some time over to the medical examiner's office. And about 2 days later, there's an autopsy performed. This is Dr. Martha Burke. You've heard about her a moment ago, you'll hear about her again. And Dr. Martha Burke does an initial autopsy. Really nothing to see here, but she does this initial autopsy, no real serious findings. And then they receive some information from somebody, as counsel mentioned, that got their attention. Say, hey, because the body had been done, packed up, and sent to the funeral home. Go get that body back. So they go get the body, they bring it back. A couple days after that, they do a second autopsy. Dr. Burke will insist it's one autopsy, but it part is the second part of one autopsy. They did not make any additional incisions, the counsel said. What they did was they just looked at the same and took more pictures and did little deep. That's what they did. All the what they call the reflection they had done first. So this time, with this newly acquired information, they're now interpreting things into it. And Dr. Burke will say that it appeared to be, to her, appeared to be blunt force trauma to the carotid sheath, which is this thing that runs down here to the top of your heart almost. And all the damage, all the tissue damage is kind of low to the neck, from the top of the head. And you also learned that on the 7th, before Ken left, he gave her one of these incredible Ted West massages. I should have mentioned that earlier. He gave these massages where he would rub really hard. He would stick his elbow in and just dig until people said, okay, that's enough. Everybody wanted more and more and more. He gave everybody massages. He was famous for this. He gave Kevin massages. He gave Marcy massages almost every day. All of his female cousins and sisters, he gave everybody these incredible massages. But they see this damage, and Dr. Burke has to go just off what she sees and what she's heard. Can't talk to her. So she sees no other cause that she can think of that she identifies. So she calls it asphyxiation, and she deems it a homicide. That is her job, those are her guidelines, that's what she had to work with. It is a guess. So police are notified. Clark County Sheriff's Office gets sent in. It's Dean Tellison and Warren Zapata are kind of leading the charge on this. At some point, they show up at Kevin's house unannounced on January 24th, I think it was, 2024. He didn't know they were coming, but he invites them in. He sits down for a long interview, shares all this information. No, she never had any medical conditions. No, she was healthy. I don't know anything. Couldn't make any reason for why this never occurred. Thank you very much, sir. They leave. And then they come back about a week later and they do it again. They show up with unannounced. He invites them in, sits down for another one. He has all these chances, and they're telling him we found all this deep tissue damage. How can you explain that? I said, I don't know. She didn't have any memory. So that's how we started. There's a lot of talk about direct and circumstantial evidence. There's all circumstantial, all. And it does not add up to proof beyond a reasonable doubt. At the end of this, ladies and gentlemen, I will be coming back here, and I'll be asking you, based upon everything you've listened to so carefully for the past couple of weeks, to render a verdict of not guilty against this man. Thank you.
Yeah, so we have the prosecutors say former Fire Battalion Chief Kevin West strangled his wife to carry on an affair, while the defense argues that Marcy West died from a seizure. Whether or not that can be proven, or this theory where, for the prosecution that it was strangulation. It's going to really probably come down to these medical experts testifying. That the jury's going to hear medical experts from both sides. How were this deep tissue damage? How was it caused? Was it from strangulation? Was it from a massage? Is there enough evidence to say one way or the other? We're going to be following this case, so make sure to subscribe.